actually the best model when it comes to doing your AI. And the reason why this is so important is because you want to maximize your $20 a month plan, right? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to use Claude Code, OpenCode, Codex, and basically how to really maximize each of these IDEs and use the best models. So let's start off, right? So we have my iOS app here, and I built this with Claude Code. I built this with Codex, OpenCode. And this is the reason why I wanted to really talk about each of these coding models, because they have their strengths, they have their weaknesses, and there's one that I paid a bajillion dollars to, which I will mention in this video. And if you want to know why you should listen to me, I have dropped 3 different apps on the App Store. I've dropped GlowPep, Eden's Roses, and Droplett, all different apps that I have done in order to be successful in this space. So let's get started. So first off, the best one when it comes to UI and just marketing is definitely Claude. As you remember from the first part of this video, Opus 5 Medium is actually the best when it comes to the UI. And this is really important because a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, I need to throw this on Ultra Code to do on my front end, when Opus 5 Medium is actually the best when it comes to the front end. So now you know. And basically, when it comes to all 4 of these models, Opus has been the one that I have used the most, because let's be honest, Fable is way too expensive. I've spent over 300 to 500 bucks on this thing, I swear. This model is so expensive, which is why I am glad that it requires usage on the 20 a month plan. So realistically, you're going to be using these 3 models. I use Sonnet if I'm running out of credits and I need a couple little changes. I use that on Medium as well. And then I use Hadouken to basically just audit my app with all the agents. And I have this /audit repo that basically audits the technical quality, and Hadouken will do all of that work. So very useful model. All right, moving on. We have Soul. And this model is so great for the backend. I cannot go on with how great this model is for the backend. I could literally use Soul Ultra Code fast mode and be totally fine with the backend because of just how much usage Codex has. And the nice thing about Codex is that if you run out of usage, this model will grind till the work is done, which is amazing, which is why you should not be afraid of just going from high, medium effort to ultra, right? And if you are worried about usage, you can always just have it as standard and let it just take its time. Go out, eat lunch, connect your phone to this, and then just go on a walk, right? So that's the reason why I love Codex, because of its just genuine free plan or paid plan with the 20 a month. Realistically, I'm a big fan of Luna. I just throw that on extra high, fast, and I can just fast track and just build just so much with Codex. Like, this is amazing for content and just everything in general. So that's why I really Codex. And with Terra, I'm not a big fan personally, so I won't go too deep into the model. If you want that Terra experience, you can just throw Soul on medium and you get that perfect medium balance. But now we are moving to OpenCode. So OpenCode is very interesting. This is like a Pandora's box. You have Anthropic, DeepSeek, Gemini, GLM, ChatGPT, and etc. So I'm going to break down with OpenCode. So number one is Ox Alpha. This just dropped. It's completely free. So hopefully by the time you see this, it is still free. But the second model that I highly recommend is definitely Groq 4.6. It is really cheap and a lot more affordable versus Claude and ChatGPT. Benefit DeepSeek V4 Flash specifically, because this model has just been so great at editing some of the UI and quirks of this app. And then bonus AI model is definitely Kimi K3, but it is a little bit more expensive for the open source thing. So that's kind of why it's a bonus. But yeah, that's like a model breakdown of Claude, of Codex, and OpenCode. And I've used all these models to build all my apps. Obviously, some of them look better than others. I just want to lay out what I have really done with all of these 3 coding IDEs. So with that being said, I would love if you could join my community if you got a ton of value from this video of me just breaking down how to maximize your 20-a-month plan. With OpenCode, it's all API based, so 20 a month should last a lot longer if you're using a DeepSeek and such. So keep that in mind. But if you got a ton of value, join the school community. It's completely free. But peace. I hope you really enjoyed this video.